Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, I was going to say, can you hear me, Don?
Yeah, I can. I just couldn't tell if you're talking to me or to the audience.
Everybody.
Okay. Hello.
Welcome to another edition of the 13th Dimension special edition on Saturday night. Um, Tonight, we're going to be talking about Stephen King and his legendary body of work. I don't know how else to say it. The man is a legend.
Yes, he is in every sense of the word.
Yes. Um, And we're supposed to have more guests on besides just Don. We're going to be having Nick um, whenever he finds a watch. Uh,
Yeah. Apparently, the time on his phone isn't enough.
we could probably spend the whole show just talking about that.
We very well could.
And also, Kate is going to be joining us here later on as well.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, she already told me ahead of time she wasn't going to be able to make it right at the start of the show. Probably be 20 minutes in. Hi, Tom.
Hello, Tom.
Um, and also, she's got a fun little game for us tonight on this show.
Yep. Oh,
She'll be on in 10 minutes.
oh, nice.
So she's going to have a little game for us tonight. Um, so, so I'm just going to get started with you, Don. How did you get introduced to the world of Stephen King?
Mainly by his movies. I started watching like a little bit of his movies. They aired on AMC when I was a kid, and I saw like Carrie. I saw Cujo. Uh, oh man, what didn't I see on there? And then there were other. Then there was also here. The movie that started with me was It's miniseries. Yeah, the one with Tim Curry.
Oh man, and that was just an amazing movie.
Oh yeah, it was. Yeah, it was. It aired in 1990, so slightly before my time. But yeah, but seeing Tim Curry's performance in that, he was both scary and funny at the same time.
He
But
was.
oh
Uh,
yeah,
and totally different from any of his other movie performances.
oh yeah, it was. Oh man, like yeah, I remember the. It's like when I first read the book for it, which was the first like the first that like a Stephen King movie for me was in the first book from Stephen King for me was It. Yeah, so right after I watched the movie, I read the book, and the book is a lot darker, much darker than this, and
Oh
uh,
man, it sure is. That book has everything in it.
it does. I mean, yeah, a lot of things in there you can't adapt to film without me being met with controversy.
Tom, to answer your question, this was the first Stephen King film
Yes,
right here. Um, and his first ever published book, too.
that's right. And yeah, the movie served as an early role for John Travolta.
He was, oh man, he just made you want to kill him. um, yeah, Stephen King had written, I think, 5 books at that point before he did Carrie. And Carrie ended up being the one to start everything for him. And he himself had actually said that if it wasn't for the movie, his career probably would not be as big or as fruitful as it is now.
I can see that.
Yeah.
Yeah, like John De Palma, I mean De Palma, he did a remarkable job bringing that story to life. He pretty much nailed it.
He
And
did.
then oh yeah, even even the remakes today don't compare to the original. Yeah, it was.
No, um, actually, the TV remake was probably a little closer to the book than the original movie was. but the original movie was filmed better.
Yes, that it was. This is again Brian De Palma, who also did Scarface and The Untouchables. You know, he's got some great work under his belt.
Okay. See who this Facebook user is, the one that said, "Hey guys."
Oh, I wonder.
That is, that's Chris.
Oh,
That's Chris Binder. He is the one who was giving Nick all of those jump scares when we were out there in Colorado. And
nice.
even when Nick was expecting it, he still got him.
Oh, yeah, just like Five Nights at Freddy's.
I just found out that they made that into either a movie or a series.
Movie. They did. It's on Peacock right now.
Wow.
Yeah, it's in the movies. You can see it in the movie theater, or you can just stay at home and watch it on Peacock.
Yeah, I'm more.
But I just recently did a live stream of the game. Yeah, lots of jump scares.
I would definitely like to see it because I've seen some of those characters on another YouTube channel where a guy was using them for a wrestling event.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and whoever created them were real good. And that's how I found out about the book series, and now I'm finding out that they turned it into a movie.
Yeah, but as far as Carrie, that was definitely, even to this day, Carrie remains to be one of the most memorable stories and film adaptations of Stephen King's work.
It really is. Sissy Spacek did such a great job with that.
Yes.
She really made you feel like she thought she was dying there in those first few minutes of the show.
Yeah, she's a very talented actress. She absolutely she was great as Carrie.
She really was. And the thing about Stephen King with his characters that he spends a lot of time working on the development of his characters to where you can really put yourself into that situation. And that is something I know Kate is going to want to touch on with a book that's about midway through his career.
Right.
Yeah. And then some movies they capture it and others they don't.
Yeah, and I've noticed that.
One in particular is The Shining.
Yeah, The Shining. The Stanley Kubrick one. It still to this day holds up as one of the greatest of horror films, but it's so different compared to the book. Hey,
what's up, guys?
Who are you at?
I'm at a Halloween party right now, but I'm actually going to be heading home soon. So I just wanted to pop in real quick while Don was on.
Okay.
Now we know where Nick is at.
Yep. I didn't say the exact location, though.
He's in Halloween Town, I'm guessing.
You got me, Don. Yeah. Thanks. I needed that.
And it looks like you shaved your head.
Yeah, he did.
Believe it or not, I did.
Yep, you really
did. Got the haircut yesterday.
Yep.
Oh man, I so wish Brad was on here right now to see this.
Might still have that chance because I will be back on, real soon. I just wanted to stop in real quick.
All right, well, hurry up, Nick.
I'm trying.
Come on.
I'm trying. I'm going as fast as I can. All right.
Oh, here. Tom is saying Nick is scaring the neighborhood again.
Yeah, start dancing around and jumping up on horses or whatever Jack did there.
On gravestones and great like fences, that kind of stuff.
Oh, jumping on gravestones, so he's disrespecting the dead.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
You got
looking at it. Hi, Lisa.
All right. Well, I'm gonna head back, but I just wanted to just come in real quick. But again, I'll be on real soon, Jeremy. Don, I'm not sure if you'll be still on by the time I get back on. So I just want to say you have a good rest of your night, Don.
Oh, thanks, man.
Well, yeah. How long do you have, Don?
I had until like I can stay on until like 7:30.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
So
because
a while.
I got a party to go to as well.
I saw Kate said she was going to be on in a couple minutes, so I guess you can kind of take Don's place when she comes on.
Yeah, she wasn't able to get on quite at the beginning.
Oh.
But she does have something fun in store for us. So you're going to want to hop on, Nick.
Yeah, hurry up.
Where's Jan, by the way? I thought she was coming on too.
She hasn't even seen the message.
Oh, she has? Okay, well, then something must have come up then, or whatever.
I know that she's been on the road, but as of a few days ago, she was ready to come on.
I guess something must have popped up. I don't know.
Well, she's been on the road.
Yeah, so maybe she's on the road right now.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, enjoy the rest of your party, Nick. Get on as soon as you can.
As soon as I leave, I'll message you to let you know I'm on my way back.
All right. That sounds good.
All right. See you shortly then.
Okay.
See you, Nick.
And I have no idea where Don.
Oh my god! Oh my god! I just realized I almost did what I did with Don's show. I was about to press end, and the end stream button just showed up. I almost did it. That was close.
Yeah, please be careful with that.
Good.
Yeah, please be careful with that.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I think you got it. You got it. Yeah. He did that when we were covering Megan.
I remember that.
Yep, it was
I remember that.
Yeah. Yeah, that was fun. Yeah, so what about Carrie? What? Oh, what?
Yeah, we were covering this here when Nick popped in. Even though this is a very, very poor adaptation, this movie is a brilliant piece of work.
It is. That's what happens when you have it directed by Stanley Kubrick.
Yeah, and oh man, there will never be another director like him.
No, the man was a perfectionist when it came to like what shots he wanted to do and like how he wanted the shots done.
Yeah, and there was actually I thought I grabbed it. There was actually a documentary about the making of this film and talking about all the supposed hidden messages everywhere, even down to the specific placement of certain cans in the pantry.
Right, I noticed that too.
And the way that the carpet was laid out there in the hallways, to young Danny wearing no, she did not. To Danny wearing an Apollo 11 sweater in one of the scenes.
He did.
Yeah. And people were thinking that must be his way of trying to tell people that he filmed the Apollo 11 landing on the moon. It's a great conspiracy theory.
Yeah, I've heard a few people discuss that online.
And there has been a video. I don't remember where I saw it. It has been a long time ago, but there was a video out there where somebody was jumping up and down on the moon, and there was something flashing above him, like it was some sort of like a tether pole.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
To make it look like that he was just going up and down slow for the moon's gravity.
Oh, I see.
Look
at that.
And yeah, Shelley Duvall, she never did recover from The Shining. That I remember seeing interviews where her treatment on the set was piss poor.
Oh yeah.
Um,
Oh yeah, both her and her character's treatment.
yes. She ended up retiring from Hollywood altogether, moved to, I think she moved home in Texas, and she was taking care of her brother, I think it was.
Yeah, I think I read that somewhere.
Yeah. And she just recently did an interview with somebody, and she also had a part in an independent film here in the last year or two. Of
Oh,
course, since I don't think since that movie, but I don't think The Shining was her last ever film. I'm gonna
hang on, I gotta get something.
okay. Let's see here. Shelley Duvall, filmography. Okay, Jan is not going to be able to join us tonight. She just sent me a message.
Oh, let's see.
Here's Kate.
Hey, Kate.
Hi, how are you two?
We're doing great.
Yeah,
Good. It's good to see you. Thank you for letting me join.
glad to have you on here, and I see you dressed up for Halloween.
I did not as good as Nick. Nick is definitely the master of dressing up and Halloween and costumes. This is my daughter's, but I thought I'd borrow it.
Yeah, I've got a Halloween event I'm going to myself, Kate. I'm going as Ghostface.
Oh wow, that's really cool. You have to post a picture on the page. I'd love to see it.
Oh, for sure. Yes.
And,
Oh, yeah,
and he shaved his head.
At least, and I don't have to shave my head for that one. No way.
Oh no, did Nick actually shave his head?
He said he did.
Well, not really. He was over here at my place last night with me and him and some friends. We were watching Halloween. It was movie night.
Oh nice.
And so Nick, he didn't shave his head. There's still some hair there, but it's not as long as
Right.
we've been seeing.
Like how long?
It's around what mine is.
No way. Oh my goodness.
Except he doesn't spike it up like I do. So
No. Well, I'm sure he looks very handsome as always, but that's a difference. Like that's very brave to cut so much hair off.
yeah, the guy's dedicated.
Yeah, really
Yes,
dedicated.
Yes,
Yeah.
he is. Man, come on, Brad. Where are you? This is something you're going to want to see. Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
for sure.
on one of the other shows.
Oh man.
I wanted to ask you, Jeremy, what are you doing for Halloween?
What am I doing for Halloween?
Yeah. Are you going to dress up?
No. I've already done my dress up for the year, if you even call it that. I don't do anything on Halloween night except watching movies. I have two movies that I watch every Halloween night: Killer Clowns from Outer Space and Halloween.
Oh, okay. Killer Clowns from Outer Space. Not familiar. Who is it?
I watch both of these.
Oh, classic. Classic Don. Totally.
Hold on a second.
Oh, check out Jeremy's profile picture.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It's fierce.
Yeah, and sometimes I watch this one.
Oh, Trick or Treat. Oh, I haven't seen that. Is it good?
Oh, it's great. It's anthology. Like it's like different scary stories taking place on Halloween.
Oh.
They all intertwine with each other.
Yes. Yeah, this is an independent film, never been released in theaters, but it's become a big staple of the Halloween season.
Oh, nice. I'll check that out.
It's actually one of the better Halloween themed shows.
It is.
That's cool.
Oh yeah, I can't recommend it enough. It's great.
Killer Clowns from Outer Space. Doesn't ring any bells.
It's a 1988 movie.
Oh yeah, it's one of those cult classics of the 80s that's been getting more popular now. They're even making a video game out of it.
No way. What's the plot? I mean, is it as it is, or is there a twist?
It Well, it's like one of those movies that's like intentionally silly. Like
Right.
yeah, they didn't know if it was going to succeed or not, but yeah, like it's a parody of like these alien invasion movies, like where there's
Parody of the Blob. That's what they based it off of.
yeah.
Right.
Um,
Okay. To be
well-
honest, Jeremy, just your sigh, that just said everything.
Well, here's the thing. It's my favorite movie of all time.
No way. I would never have thought that. Okay, I'm gonna have to check this movie out then.
Oh yeah,
Well,
we also I'm sorry, go ahead,
It
Jeremy.
is such a favorite of mine that I actually got this clown tattooed on my leg.
No way.
Yes.
That is a scary clown. That is quite terrifying.
Oh yeah, these yeah, there's like different clowns in there. Each one has like its own, somewhat have its own personality, its own characteristics. Yeah, basically the whole plot of it is like there's a ship that crashed into a outside of the outskirts of a small town.
Right.
The ship is shaped like a circus tent, and the aliens and it comes out of there are aliens that look like clowns.
I expected nothing less. That was
Yeah.
on par with what I thought. So if I watch this film, should I go in with high expectations or medium expectations?
Well, expect to go experience one of the silliest B movies you'll ever watch.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
There's a lot of laughs in it.
It's got to be. But the title song, I should mention, the song format from it is performed by the Dickies. So
Oh, okay. Okay.
And that song is incredibly well produced.
Yeah, considering probably the overall budget and audience for the film, bit of
Well,
an
That's the
overkill.
beauty- That's the beauty of it. The writer of the song only heard the title and wrote the song based on that. He did not see the
No
movie.
way.
The song does not follow any plot of the movie. But it just elevated the movie in such a way that few movies with title tracks ever do.
Oh, bless him. I wonder how he felt after the film's release.
oh yeah.
Did he feel, I don't know, satisfied with everything? Was he a bit shocked? Was he like, wow?
I think it was all the above.
Yeah. And they have been trying for the last 30 some years to make a sequel to it, but it
Yep.
hasn't quite worked out.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's really at the point where they should just do a remake and go off of it.
Yeah. I mean, it sounds like a good video game, but yeah, I'll have to check out the film. I can't
Well, the
prejudge.
video game was supposed to have been released back in the spring.
Yeah, they've been trying way too long to like try to get. It's been in development hell for decades.
Yeah.
Aw, I hope they're going to do something that fits with the era, you know, like maybe on a Sega Mega Drive style. Like that would be cool. Good old platform game.
Yeah, for sure. And here, let me look up when the game is coming out.
Yeah, if it's too like
They don't.
there's
they
too
don't
many good graphics, then I'm not sold on it.
Oh no,
Well,
it's got modern graphics.
The graphics, it's really good.
Oh, I like the really crappy graphics.
Oh, you mean like
But
the 8-bit or the 16-bit
yeah,
one? Yeah.
16-bit. Totally.
Let's
Yeah,
see.
not- Find that on this one.
Oh, here. Release date to be determined, even though it was supposed to come out this year.
Oh,
Yes, even the
weird.
video. Yeah, even the video game is delayed.
That's weird.
And the way that they made it sound like is that the game was done, ready to go, released in the spring. So we were thinking March, April,
Yeah.
and March and April came. March and April went, and here we are getting ready to go into November. Not a word.
Yeah, and I did a reaction video to the teaser trailer for it last year.
Oh wow.
Yeah, on
I
my
have to
channel.
check that out. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I've been doing all kinds of things with my YouTube channel. My YouTube channel is my name, Don Elmy. Yeah, you type in my name, you'll find it.
Oh.
But I was just doing a live stream of the game Fortnite where I'm playing as Michael Myers.
Oh, that's really cool. Did
Yeah.
you have the theme tune in the background when you were playing?
Yeah, there's this thing where you could like you could make your characters do things like dance or do some sort of action. There's this thing where you press a certain button and Michael pulls out a keyboard, like a piano keyboard, and just
No
starts playing the
way.
Halloween theme. And like
That's
with
so
his
funny.
in one hand, and then with his knife he just goes like those notes. It's hysterical.
Oh, that's really cool. I have to send you I was watching a parody short clip today actually, Don. I have to send it to you later because it reminded me of you and Nick when you were talking about Halloween, and it's Michael Myers and he's in high heels and he's chasing a lady in high heels, and it's so funny because yeah, I'll have to send it to you. You have to watch it.
Oh, for sure.
Jeremy's like, oh god, what
I
is
am.
this?
It's so bad. I have to see this.
I will definitely send it round. It's hilarious.
Oh.
He's got like this big high heels and he's totally slaying it.
Oh no. Oh man. Oh.
When you came in, we were talking about character development and how on some of the movies that have been released really capture that from the book, and others that are just way off, like this one here, for example.
Unexpected.
Yeah. Now, granted, for this film, it just barely remotely identifies with the book itself. But with this on its own, it's a great piece of work.
Sure. I have so I haven't read The Shining, the book, but I have heard that it is so much deeper and there is such a lot more that goes on in the book compared to the film. But
Have
I'm
you
not
seen it?
familiar. Stephen King's, what's that? The Shining.
Yeah.
This is the TV miniseries.
No way. I never knew there was a TV series. I had no idea.
Oh, it's just a like a 5-hour movie, basically.
When did that come out?
25 years ago.
Yep.
No.
Yeah.
I wonder if they even showed it in the UK, which is why I've never seen it.
Yeah, it was a TV miniseries.
Right. Here
Yeah.
in the States, I guess.
Yes.
Yeah.
And this version was more faithful to the book.
Right. Oh, I'll have to try and find that. Honestly, I've never seen that in the UK.
It's you know who Steven Weber is, right?
I've heard of him. Why does he ring a bell?
He was in
Steven Weber. Where
I
is
want to
he
say
from?
Taxi.
The film Taxi.
No, the TV series.
Oh, is this American TV series again? I'm not so good on American TV series.
Oh yeah, that's right. You're probably not very familiar with.
No, I'm like proper Brit upped. Like I only know the staple British actors.
Wings. That's the one I was trying to think of. Wings.
Oh no idea.
Oh yeah, he was also in that comedy Dracula Dead and Loving It, the one by Mel Brooks.
I haven't seen that.
Yeah,
That sounds delightful.
Oh yeah, Mel Brooks. He makes all these comedy films. Like he also did Spaceballs.
Oh yeah. Oh,
And
that's a blast from the
I've
past.
seen that one. Let's put it this way. I saw this first before I read the book. And then when I read the book, I didn't realize when it was released. Oh yeah, that's
Right.
fun. I did not realize when The Shining was released. When I was reading The Shining, I thought that it was a novelization of this, not
Oh,
realizing that this was adapted from the book.
I see. Okay,
That's
I'll have to check that out.
Yeah, that's how close it was. It's incredibly deep. Very sad at the end.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
and it's not in this. The hotel is after Jack.
Right.
In this, the hotel is after Danny,
Right. I see.
and
Oh,
it has
that's
to go through
interesting.
Jack to get to Danny.
Right.
That's true. Yeah.
So if you could recommend either one, you would go with the TV show one.
Well, it would depend on what you're looking for.
Mm,
For
Well-
if you want something that is faithful to the book, this is what you want.
right.
But if you want a horror movie that is just going to completely blow you out of the water, knock your socks off, this is it.
That's right.
Yeah. And give you nightmares.
Oh yeah. Well, this one here can too.
Okay,
Just
so which
the le-
one's scarier? So the
This-
movie one is scarier.
This
Okay.
is the scarier one.
The Jack Nicholson one, yes.
Yes.
And
Uh,
yeah, and has one of the most memorable improvised lines of all time. You know that here's Johnny.
That was perfect, Don.
Just a spur of the moment thing that he did.
Yep.
No way.
Yep. Improvised, completely improvised. Wasn't scripted. Jack Nicholson just did that and left it. They left it in the film.
Oh, he's a genius.
Oh yeah.
Totally.
Actually done several different things. Here's Johnny, here's blah blah blah, here's blah blah blah, and that's the one they picked.
Yep.
Yeah, thank goodness.
Yeah. I'm just sad that Jack Nicholson is in such bad shape right now. You know, he's been suffering dementia, and it's been
Yeah.
getting progressively worse. So that's why he retired from acting 10 years ago.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, no surprise. It's important, isn't it, to rest and just do your best with that awful disease. It's awful.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he hardly makes. Yeah, I've been told that he hardly makes any public appearances anymore, so it must be getting really
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah. But he's with his family, right? He has
Oh,
family
oh,
around
yeah,
him, and yeah,
yes.
that's good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
his family's caring for him.
Yeah, that's
And-
really
and
nice.
It's the same thing with Tim Curry with that massive stroke that he had a number of
Ooh.
years ago. I seen a recent picture of him the other day. Oh, it is terrible. But he is keeping high spirits about it.
Oh,
He's keeping his
good.
spirits up. Then also with Bruce Willis, his
Yes.
condition is getting really, really bad.
I've heard about that. I heard that he's become nonverbal now.
Yes, I just read that yesterday. I think.
Oh,
Jesus.
that's so sad. It's
Yeah.
just, yeah,
It's just
brings it home, doesn't it? That you just have to make the most of now and
oh yeah,
look after yourself as well, as best you can.
totally.
Well, it's not. I don't think it's a matter of how well you take care of yourself. I think it's just that condition. It's going to get you.
Sure. I think there are things that help though to slow it down. And there are things that speed it up. That's all I know mostly about it. My grandfather had dementia, bless him.
Oh,
Vascular dementia. So it's like continuous like bleeds in the brain. And I have to say, like, from when you're like diagnosed, like it's so different with every single person, isn't it? You just don't know how it's going to take over, and
That's
some
right.
things help, some things don't, and everyone is so different. But
that is true. It's one of those conditions that affects each individual differently.
My grandma also had it for about 6
sorry.
months before she passed, and I actually have a suspicion that my dad might be having it.
Oh,
Right.
He's his memory retention is really, really bad.
Right.
And I know that is one of the symptoms of it, but it's also a symptom of schizophrenia and all kinds of different things. So
Can he
I
get checked?
completely off the rails on that, but
Can you get checked by a doctor? Because I know that early diagnosis is really important to
It is.
helping.
It is. He's with the VA. You know, the
Good.
problem is he hates the VA because
Mm,
even though the VA is supposed to take care of your veterans, at least, well, I've heard it from many people. They do a pretty bad job at it.
oh, that's really sad to hear because that's not what you want to hear.
Yeah, man.
No.
So I
So
hope he gets the diagnosis and the help that he needs because there are drugs that can help and lifestyle and things. But yeah, it is a very hard sentence, isn't it? In the end.
it can be. Yeah,
Mm.
it can be. Well, let's cook up the show. Let's talk
Yeah, let's
talk
change
about-
subject.
let's talk about clowns that go around killing children.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, who just
That'll-
pop out of the sewer to say, "Hiya, Georgie."
Yeah.
How'd you
Don,
say,
you're so good. Don, you're so good with the voices.
Thanks.
Let me know when you guys want to start the quiz because we also have a quiz to go through as well. So let
Okay.
me know.
Well, we got to have Nick on for that.
Oh
Yes,
yeah, that's
yes.
true. Where is Nick?
Yeah,
What's
Nick,
he doing?
Nick, if you're watching this, hurry up.
There you go, Nick. Hurry your ass up. He was at a Halloween party, which I didn't know about, and I guess Don didn't know about it. And he was just at his apartment last night.
Condo.
Maybe
Kind
he maybe he just told you that because he's secretly getting into costume and he's going to blow our minds with how he's going to look when he comes live.
He was in costume when he showed up briefly on here.
Yeah.
Mm.
He was in that
See?
same costume on Fear Fans.
Yeah.
Wasn't
I think he did was at one point. Yeah, he did go into costume at one point at Fear Fans. Yeah, and
Anyway, yeah, I wanted to ask actually, have any of you guys read Rose Madder?
I just read that earlier this month.
No way.
not me.
Have you? You've not read it. Okay. What did you think about it, Jeremy? Because I found it so disturbing, like really disturbing. It took me 3 years, no joke, to finish it because I didn't want to finish it.
I read this
Wow.
in 14 days.
No way.
Wow.
Oh, did you like it though?
I enjoyed it. It is very, very different from the rest of his stuff.
Yeah.
If he had left out the whole bit with the painting,
Yeah.
this could have been a very. It read like what somebody would actually go through.
Yeah,
it read
totally.
exactly like that until he got to the point with the painting. Well, to the
The
point where
painting was weird. I didn't get that really.
well, the way that I see it, the rose matter in the painting,
Mm,
a reflection of Rose McClellan.
yeah.
In fact, I think it even referenced to it in the book that she was basically her alter ego.
Right, that makes sense. I also felt like because she grew so much since leaving her husband, that it was like leaving a part of her there. You know, like the trauma is still there, but she's not going to let it dictate her life, that kind of thing. So it is a very almost feminist book because it shows in the deepest, darkest corners of society that, you know, domestic abuse does go on and it's horrendous. But this woman's story about getting out of that situation, like honestly, it's so realistic. I do really recommend the book, but it's very triggering and it's very dark, isn't it?
And it was triggering from the first page.
Yes.
Man.
Yeah. I read the first page. I was like, damn, I don't know if I want to read this. So
I
yeah.
didn't even hear about this book. Maybe I should look into it.
Yeah.
It is not one of his well-known books. It has never been adapted into a movie. They tried, but
Oh, did they?
yeah, they did
Oh.
try. It never went anywhere. Let's see here. I'm trying to adaptations.
I think it would have made a good TV series, like a 3-part series or something,
I can see that.
like three episodes
Wouldn't
kind of
have
thing.
to.
Like a mini series. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that one they would have to. Oh, come on.
I
In
also
terms-
enjoyed her transformation.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, Jeremy.
Oh no! I'm just talking to myself here.
No worries. No, I was just thinking about her transformation as well. Like so much that her ex-husband like didn't even recognize her at some point, and yeah, that
Oh.
was in. It was like so detailed.
Oh, HBO
Oh
trying to
no
make it.
way!
Oh,
Right there, 1996, HBO tried to make it into a TV movie, but it never worked. And then they tried to do it again in 2011, but the project fell apart.
oh,
Oh, is it cursed? Like what happens?
Oh, it happens a lot with his movies.
That's scary.
yeah. With
And the whole time, let's see, no, Insidious. The whole time, I was reading this book.
Hmm.
I was picturing what's her name, Tessa Farrer as Rose.
Oh.
And if you don't know who that is, do you remember Insidious: The Last Key?
Yeah.
That older lady, Shay. Don, help me out here. That older lady, the one that died in the first Insidious movie.
oh yeah, Lin Shay.
Yes.
Okay.
Tessa played her mother in the out of body dream sequence, whatever it is.
Right.
Tessa played her mother in that show, and she was also in the second season of Miss Mercedes as the doctor's wife.
Yep.
I pictured her as Rose Madden the entire book.
Could you guys put a picture up for me?
Sure. Yeah, she's had a long history of being in horror films. She has had a bit part in Critters. That was a B movie from '86, but also played a teacher in Nightmare on Elm Street. When Nancy Wood was for her first dream about Freddy, like in the classroom, she woke up and the teacher was like trying to say everything's okay, that everything's fine. That was her.
Oh yeah, she would be a good Rose Madder.
Yeah.
Very expressive with the eyes. Mm.
Yeah, but
It was who I was picturing the entire time I was reading that book.
Yeah, she would be
I
good.
don't know why she just popped up. I think she would make a great Rose Madder if they ever make that into a movie.
Yeah, if it's ever successful, because it keeps going wrong apparently.
yeah.
You know, they tried twice. So, and for Norman, I can't. The closest person that I can think of for what I was imagining was Bruce Greenwood.
What does he look like?
Yeah, it's been a while since I've seen him. Here, let's try this.
It's because this has got to be like a really, really good actor to take on that role, like very dark, very disturbing look to the person, and mentally
Oh yeah, he was in
not with
Gerald's
it.
game. Yeah, he was in Gerald's game. Now I
Yeah.
remember.
Oh,
Now it's coming back to me.
isn't he a bit old though?
Well, this picture here was 10 years ago.
No offense, but
Yeah,
I
so-
think he might be a bit old.
he's 67.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
But
kind
he
of imagine
was the
him to be
closest-
like,
He was the
Mate.
closest one.
yeah.
If
'Cause
they
I-
had this,
Oh, sorry, Jeremy.
no, we keep doing that.
We're on the same wavelength, like we just open
Yeah.
our mouths at the same time. Oh, okay.
Oh, there it is.
This is him back in 1987.
Yeah. Yeah, that would have been good for that time.
What's that?
Yeah.
He was the
'Cause
closest one I could see.
Yeah, because I kind of imagine Norman like, 40s maybe, early 50s, because they were quite a young couple, weren't they? Supposedly. Maybe 40s.
Rose, I want to say she was about 35, 36. It didn't say specifically, but when you look at the timeline of everything that was going on, that was about what her age was.
Yeah.
I think he was just a little bit older than that, so I think he might have been right at 40.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense.
But yeah, that was quite a roller coaster. That book was.
And it was so tense because you don't know what he's going to do when he finds her at the end, right? You just all that tension and stress. Because basically, like, the story is she runs away from her abusive husband, and he is out to get her and look for her.
Jesus.
And meanwhile, she does meet another man, and then they both end up going to the same place, and it's like, oh, what's going to happen? Like, because he is a piece of work, like a horrible person. So, yeah, quite scary. Like, it's not even paranormal scary or aliens or anything like that. It's real life scary, which is why I think it's so different to his other stuff.
Yeah, it sounds like something that very, very different from what we're used to as far as like Stephen King.
Yeah,
well, let's put it this
psychological.
way. It takes more than 200 pages before he even gets to anything remotely paranormal.
Yeah, which is the painting, kind of. Yeah, it's interesting.
And the world that he built in that painting.
It's very descriptive. It's very beautiful. I wanted to ask you actually, is it his new book, Holly? Have you guys read that? Because I've seen it in bookstores and I don't know whether to get it. I'm like,
yeah, I've seen it at all kinds of bookstores. I've seen it at Barnes and Noble. I've seen it at Target, but I just haven't had a chance to pick it up.
Yeah, there it is. Have you read it, Jeremy?
I started reading it the day it came out.
And
read this in two days. 2 weeks.
Two. I was about to say 2 days. Who does that? Wow. Okay, 2 weeks.
That's like if I read I don't know, if I read this in just 3 days.
Yeah.
This is my favorite book, by the way, from Stephen King.
I really want to read that. There was a few questions about that in the quiz, and I'm like, I have to read this book because it sounds amazing.
I read this thing for a whole summer. All 1,000. Wow. Oh yeah, all 1,886 pages of it.
Yep. that's a big book.
It is. I mean, that's like the digital format. 1,886 pages. I read it off my iPad, but I also have the book too. The book is just 1,149 pages.
Wow. So, do you prefer reading on a device, or do you prefer paper paperback.
Well, it's like if you have the paperback, it's like you have something for your bookshelf, so there's that. But
Yeah.
I mean, sure, reading off the iPad does have some, some good aspects of it, like being able to save your page more easily. But reading it just the old fashioned way, it's got still got
Mm.
that charm to it.
Yeah, I actually find reading the physical book, I have better memory because if I read stuff on a tablet, I don't know why, but it just doesn't stick as well as like the just having the book there and maybe reading through it with your fingers or highlighting bits or whatever. Like, I don't know. It's really weird, but for my brain, it's like black and white. I can see it and feel it and touch it.
It
It's
might have
weird.
something to do with the electronic factor to it.
Yeah. It's kind of like a glaze, isn't it? It's like I can't get into this book because I just feel like my brain's not absorbing it. It's weird. Yeah, maybe that's just me. Let me know, guys, if you're watching in the comments. Do you feel the same? Am I just really weird? I don't know.
Everybody processes things differently.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Well, Chris was saying that paperback or hardcover always.
Mm,
Yeah. For me, it's both. I could read both. I can remember things both physical copy or digital.
oh, you're really lucky. Wish my brain worked like that. It was super brained on.
I don't know if I call it super, but it's different from most people's brains.
Which is great.
Yeah, because Kate, I don't know if the guys ever told you this, but I actually have autism.
Oh, no way. No, I didn't know.
Asperger's syndrome, diagnosed when I was 4 years old, and ever since then, like when I was 5, when I first saw this gem,
Yeah, George.
I was like that, which inspired me to study film, and ever since then, I've just remembered every single film I've ever watched.
Oh, that's incredible. So, do you have a sort of photographic memory, would you say?
When it comes to for visual media, for the most part, yes. Like basically anything I channel my focus to.
Oh, that's so cool. That's such a gift. That's amazing.
Yeah, I try to use it to educate others.
Yeah, definitely. And I'm sure you would be an amazing director because of all the films that you've seen. You'd be able to create something awesome.
Well, I'm aiming more towards film critic, film historian, which I'm pretty much doing right now on the channel, on my channel.
Oh, that's amazing stuff, Don. That's so cool.
Yeah, that's why me and Nick we started like the Fear Fans podcast, because mainly focusing on horror, because there's all kinds of different movies, subgenres, all kinds of topics to cover. So things that I have a lot of knowledge and experience with.
Yeah, that's incredible. Oh my gosh.
And it's a lot easier to talk about the horror movies than, romantic comedies or stuff.
Well, I do have knowledge of those. Yeah, I mean, some of my all-time favorite movies are not even horror related. Like there's Shawshank Redemption, which Stephen King. Yes. Let's see. Oh, one of my all-time favorite movie trilogy.
Oh. Oh my gosh, Don, we have so much in common. I love The Lord of the Rings. When I first watched it when I was 11, I was just obsessed. I've seen the first movie like 500 times because I love the first one the best. The Fellowship.
Oh yeah.
That's uncanny. That is spot on, Don.
Yes,
Perfect Smeagol.
Perfect Smeagol, Gollum, whatever he wants to be. But, yeah, like I remember when these came out in theaters, and this is actually the extended version. It's like, sure, the Return of the King on this is about 4 hours, but I don't care. Every bit of it is just so well made.
Yeah, totally. Right. So we have to do a show, Don, on The Lord of the Rings, okay? We have to. 100%. That would be so fun.
Oh yeah, totally. And I actually saw Sean Astin. He was here in Chicago. He was giving a speech talking about this. He was part of this rally about with the writer and actor strike that Hollywood's been going through. He was basically saying his speech on the matter. Yeah,
Oh, no way.
he's
That's so cool.
oh yeah, he's a very charismatic speaker. I was just like, wow, everything he said just made so much sense. Like,
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, damn. I'm so sad I missed out on that because yeah, that's so cool. I've only ever seen Billy Boyd because when I lived in Germany, they did a Lord of the Rings concert. It was just the music.
oh,
And I love the music. Howard Shore, like, oh my gosh, just I cried 3 hours straight. Like as soon as I sat down and I heard the music, and then Billy Boyd came on stage and he was singing and he was talking, I just cried. I was such
She's
a
a good
mess
singer.
at the
He
end. He is. He's so talented, and he's
He's-
such a nice guy. He's so nice. So
The
yeah,
song that he did in Return of the King was very haunting.
yeah.
oh yes. I mean, his work is brilliant.
Yeah, yeah, he did that one. And I think my husband thought I just lost it. He was like, "Why are you just crying the whole time?" I was like, I can't help it. Like, it's so emotional. I'm like this far away from Billy Boyd. I can't believe it. Yeah. Anyway, I'm going red now. I'm blushing.
It's ironic that we go from The Stand to the Lord of the Rings because when Stephen King wrote The Stand, he wanted this to be his version, his American version of Lord of the Rings.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
That's what he was aiming for.
Lord of the Rings, the hobbits are hi Carl. He wanted, because the hobbits are on this journey, they're walking everywhere, and he wanted something similar to that with more of a contemporary setting, and that's how he came up with The Stand.
Yeah.
Because
Hmm.
everybody in America, and he wanted it set in America too. And everybody in America all traveled to either Denver or Vegas.
Hmm.
Yep. I just love the whole premise of The Stand. It's like a virus that has a that wipes out 99% of the world population, and the smaller amount remaining groups of survivors, like the what little remains of humanity, is divided into two factions. One in Colorado, led by a Mother Teresa type, and the other is in Vegas, led by Randall Flagg, who may or may not be the devil himself. And so,
Hmm.
which results in a final battle between good and evil in a post-apocalyptic world. I mean, just that alone, that premise alone is pure genius.
Yeah. Yeah. Did you read the book before COVID or after COVID?
Oh no, I knew about the story before COVID, so
So my anxiety would have been not like through the roof if I'd read that book before COVID, because you were probably like, right, this is it. This is what I've been preparing for.
oh
It's amazing because The Stand was not that far off from how COVID was.
That's what
Yeah.
I've heard.
It's
Yeah.
like the difference is that The Stand, that virus, what they call it, Project Blue, or that people were eventually calling Captain Trips, wiped out 99% of the world in just 3 weeks.
Wow.
Yeah, so I would say, COVID. They just be thankful it's COVID and not that.
Yes,
It's
I
like,
am.
and a prime example of why governments should never experiment with flu viruses.
Yeah.
And and also during COVID, like one of the most watched movies on Netflix, which I still can't believe a lot of people were watching this. It was Outbreak.
Yeah. I remember that. I remember they were watching that.
Yeah, one of
Yeah.
my and everybody was like, "Oh man, if we think this is bad, Mataba is going to be even worse." That's the name of the virus from the movie.
Yeah. I remember that. Yeah. I'm not sure if I actually watched it. Maybe I watched it during the COVID outbreak.
I will say this: I'll never look at capuchin monkeys the same way again.
Definitely not.
Now
So,
that makes me think of 12 Monkeys.
Oh,
yeah,
or 28 Days Later.
I was just about to say
Oh.
that. Cillian Murphy, 28 Days Later.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Cillian Murphy, great actor. I love him as
Yeah.
Oppenheimer. Yeah, he's amazing.
I haven't seen it yet. I can't wait to watch it. But yeah, as soon as it's out, I'm going to watch
Yeah,
it.
for sure. Oh yeah, but yeah, The Stand. I will say this though, like I prefer the original over the remake. I felt like the remake was a bit off. Yeah, it's
Hmm.
yeah, like
Oh,
I like how it had Molly Ringwald as Fran as Francie.
okay.
Yeah, and let's see, it had Rob Lowe. It had all kinds of big names in it too.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
The one thing that I did not like about the new version of The Stand is that first episode. When I started watching it, I'm thinking, wait a minute, did I put in a different disc? Am I on the wrong episode? Because they're already in Boulder,
Yeah,
and I had to check. Okay, no, that is disc one. And
yeah.
then after
They
I
just-
put into it, they start going all the way back to the beginning. Oh, okay. Oh, I did not like how they did the timeline.
yeah, I know the way they just
Mm.
mixed through time like that. That was
Yeah,
yeah, no, it's like it misses the whole point of it. Like in The Stand, there was a steady build up,
Yeah.
just showing a steady flow of events escalating to the virus, the aftermath of it, and then the conflict between the two factions.
right.
yeah,
And that's how it should be, right? They shouldn't
Yes.
mess with the timeline. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like they're just doing flashbacks of like what led to them being there.
Oh, flashbacks.
Yeah,
That was
so
so
if you're not
90s.
attention, you're not going to stay up with them.
Yeah. Yeah. That was a really 90s thing, wasn't it, for film directors to have loads of flashbacks in it, because like they thought it
Oh,
was like, oh, it's so psychologically thrilling to have all these flashbacks. It's like, no, it's just really annoying.
It can be.
Yeah,
Yeah.
when they're too long. Apart from Signs, like when they had the flashbacks in Signs, that was fine.
Yeah. Signs didn't really make much sense to me because it's like they think the some people are saying like the plot twist was creative, but it raised but all it did was made me think of this one gaping plot hole. The aliens, we find out the aliens' weakness is water. So why would they invade a planet that's made out of that is primarily consistent of water? That is made up of a natural element that will kill them. I mean, they can clearly they came in on ships, so they can clearly see from space that there's water on this planet, the oceans. So
Yeah,
And it's not until right at the very end of the film where that revelation comes out.
and also the scene with the birthday party and the alien like passes across. It's like, was there no puddles on the floor? Like, had it been raining?
yeah, I was going to
Just
add
don't
that
know.
too. That too, if it rains, then like yeah, the aliens have to deal with that as well.
Yeah. Yeah, it wasn't very well thought out, I guess, about the
No.
water thing. It should have been like a certain element in water or something like that. Or
Yeah,
yeah.
like
It would have been smarter to go along the lines of War of the Worlds.
yeah, that War of the Worlds made more sense.
Hmm,
But as
yeah.
far as plot twists go at M. Night Shyamalan, the one movie where he really nailed it as far as plot twists.
Oh yeah, The Sixth Sense.
Yeah,
Classic.
this had a great plot twist. This was
Yeah. That was shocking, wasn't it, for its time?
Yes,
It's
it was.
all everyone talked about.
Yep.
Yeah.
good. That it was. Let's see. Oh, another dark Stephen King story was one of my favorites, Pet Cemetery. Now that
Oh,
one.
nice.
That one is chilling. Even Stephen King himself was afraid of that story. He didn't even release it for a few years after he wrote it.
No way. I didn't like the new one though. I much preferred the older
Yeah,
movie.
I feel like the trailers gave too much away.
Yeah, they always do now though. They like show the whole film in like 3 minutes. It's like, oh, thanks for that. I don't have to go and watch it now.
Yeah, exactly. It's like,
I don't know why they do that now. Why do they do that?
I guess they felt like, oh, we're not adding enough shock factor to our trailers, so let's
Yeah.
throw in certain parts of the story. But it's like you're ruining the like any major changes you made to the film. It's like you're giving that away.
Yeah, totally. If it's a film that I know I want to watch, I always say, do not show me the trailer. Like, there's just no points.
Right.
It just shows you everything
It
anyway.
is that in the trailers, they're giving you the whole film in 3 minutes, and then the other 90 minutes of the film is nothing but jump scares.
Oh man.
Am I
And-
wrong?
So, sometimes that's the case. Yeah.
Yeah.
But, yeah, they just released a prequel to the Pet Cemetery remake. It's called Pet Cemetery Bloodlines.
Have you seen
Oh
that?
yeah, I haven't seen it.
I saw it listed on Paramount Plus. I have yet to see it because a lot of people were telling me that they had issues with it, and I'm just like, I'm just caught up with other movies. So, but I will get to that. I might watch it tomorrow.
Mm. You have to let us know if it's any good.
Oh yeah, like I could watch it on my phone if I like right now if I wanted to. You know, like I think I have Paramount Plus on my phone, so I could come across it.
Oh,
But
that's good.
oh yeah,
But you want a big screen. You don't want a little tiny thing where this is all you get. You want a big one.
yeah, I know. What I'm saying is I have it on my phone. I can airdrop it onto my TV over there.
Oh, I see. Yeah,
Yeah.
that makes sense.
Yeah, seriously, the LG TV, they're like one of the best TVs you could ever own.
We have an LG. I have to agree. Best TVs,
Nice.
LG.
Oh yeah, it's good stuff.
We had a Samsung once and it was horrendous. I was like, never again. So yeah.
Yeah.
Has to be LG.
Yeah, there you go. LG is good, good brand. But yeah, Pet Cemetery was like the book especially was shocking. Like it's like sure the film adaptations were scary, but the book is like where it really, oh man, where they really nailed it in suspense and also in shock factor. Like when Gage was like brought back and was saying all these vulgar things to Judd about him and his wife, and I'm just like things that no 2-year-old should ever say, because that's the thing. The Gage was supposed to be a 2-year-old little toddler, you know, pure innocence when he was alive. When he's undead, he's a monster.
Oh man, I have to read the book.
The description of him in the book is so much worse than what you saw in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
And it makes sense because in the movie, he gets hit by the semi truck, and all you see is that little scar going down his face.
Yeah, like I was thought, would there be like more visible damage to him? Like,
yeah,
I guess maybe they just thought that'd be too upsetting for audiences, so they just decided to give him just one scar. I think
for the time, right? Because was it 70s it came out? The
89.
First movie? 89. Oh, was it really? I thought it was earlier than that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think, you know, especially before the 90s, like 70s, 80s, they were a bit more wasn't so violent. They wouldn't show so much violence.
Oh yeah, but I also love how, you know, Stephen King. He's big fan of rock music, and so for Pet Cemetery, he had the Ramones do the title song.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah, that's true.
Oh yeah,
because he's a musician himself, isn't he, Stephen King?
Yeah. Oh yeah, he does love music, but yeah, he also, as far as music goes, he also had AC/DC do all the songs, all the music for Maximum Overdrive. So he's got good taste. But
yeah, definitely.
As far as Pet Cemetery, I found 3 different versions of the song. There's the original one from the Ramones, and there's Plain White T's who did that song for the movie Frankenweenie, the Disney animated film.
Yeah, and I know Plain White T's because they had that one hit, which was like Delilah. Was it Delilah?
That's right.
Yeah, and then you never heard from them ever again.
Let's see. Plain White T's, yeah, they did quite a few good hits. But then there's the newest one, the Pet Cemetery remake. They had this group called Starcrawler doing their version of that song.
Oh, that's cool.
What's interesting about Pet Cemetery, like you said, he sat on it for a few years. It's been said that the only reason he even released it because he had one book left on his contract with Doubleday, and he just put that out there so that he can be done and over with it.
I see, yeah.
Because Pet Cemetery was his last book with Doubleday, and then the next book, if you notice, that's when he went on to Bacon.
That's right.
So what's happening with Nick?
Yeah, I was about to say, why is it taking him so long?
I don't know.
Should we start with the quiz?
Yeah, I mean,
I think you guys are going to ace this quiz anyway, to be honest.
All right.
I think that
I think they're too easy. Maybe the last 5 might be a bit more difficult, but yeah, I think you guys know these already. But yeah, should I start then? Because I don't know what Nick's doing with his life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's just jump into it.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Well, this is the first question. What was Stephen King's first published novel?
Carrie.
What do you think it was, Jeremy?
I said Carrie.
Carrie.
Oh, okay. So, although it was his 6th book in 1973, it was actually first published, and it was Carrie. Yeah. Well
Yep.
done. Which I was surprised by. Like, why did he not go with the first one that he wrote? Why was it the 6th one?
There was one that he wrote before called "The Sword in the Darkness" that he had sipped several times, and no publisher would publish it.
Yeah,
Oh,
he's
do,
had.
do you know why?
Yeah, he does have a little bit of unpublished work.
Yeah,
Because it's too dark.
That's could be one of the reasons. Yes.
this one here is actually said to be the very first book he ever wrote.
The Long Walk. Oh yes, I did read it. Read that. That was the first one. Yeah,
Very first one he ever wrote.
that looks like a first edition as well.
It is. It's a first edition, first print paperback.
Wow.
And I actually have it. I did not realize I had it until a few weeks ago when I was going through all of my books and realigning them by authors, and this came out.
That's amazing. Where did you get it? Did you get it?
I don't
know.
I thought I actually got rid of it because I ended up getting the Bachman books, the ones that has this and 3 other of his novels in there, and I actually got rid of it.
Oh.
Yeah.
And
Wow.
so imagine the holy shit moment that I had when I saw this thing.
Maybe it's haunted. Maybe you did get rid of it, but it came back.
It comes back. It doesn't. It's not going to go away.
Boomerang book. Boomerang book.
Just like that doll in
Yeah.
Kinga.
Oh, I thought you were going to say the doll in The Conjuring, Annabelle, but yeah, that was.
Yeah. Yeah.
So.
Oh, nice. Oh, do you know? So, second question: why was King arrested in college?
That's a funny story. There was one of them traffic cones out there in front of his driveway, and he drove over and it got stuck underneath his car, so he grabbed it, and then he started going around down the road and picked up all of the other ones.
Yeah, and he was drunk, apparently.
He was booked, and his bail money literally came in the mail. I forget which short story, but he just got paid for a short story that he released to a magazine, and he used that money to get himself out on bail.
Oh man,
yeah, that's right.
That was lucky. Yeah, and I think it was like a month before his graduation as well. Something like that. Yeah, crazy timing. Definitely. Yeah. Do you know who he was raised by? Question 3.
His mother.
Well, yep.
Now that explains a lot about the male figures in a lot of his books, right? Because in my experience, most of the women in his books are very strong. They're kind of very good protagonists, as in like they're usually not very evil and horrible. So I wonder if that had an effect, if he is writing all these terrible, horrible, evil characters as men.
That could be. Yeah, I mean, there's been quite a few. There've been quite a few examples of strong female leads. You know, Carrie. There was also Charlie McKee in Firestarter.
But was Carrie really that bad? I think she was just pushed over the edge.
Yeah, I think so too. No, I meant like what I mean is like there's quite a few examples of strong female leads.
Oh yes, yeah, definitely, yeah. yeah, who have been pushed to the limit. And
Yes.
yeah, that's true. What do you think, Jeremy? Did that have an effect on his characters?
Oh, absolutely.
Mm,
Because when you read his characters, it gets to the point where I know that guy,
yeah.
and so I know most of his characters had to have been modeled after somebody in his life.
Mhm.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. That was super interesting. So I didn't know that. Do you know the name of his older brother? Because his mum looks after obviously him and his older brother.
David.
Oh yeah.
It is David. Like Jeremy's like on it.
I'm a big Stephen King fan.
Yeah, definitely. But also Don. Don's getting them all right. Okay. What was his major in college?
Let's see. Oh man, what was it? Like
I think I never actually read it, but I think it's English literature.
I think it was too. Yeah, English literature. That's what I was gonna guess, but I never. I guess again, I never looked into it. Yeah,
It is English, yeah.
I
It is
think
English. That was his major.
that's what I thought.
that's what he was teaching when he finally sold Carrie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he actually had a high school certification. So he was teaching English in high schools. I was like, how cool would that be to have
Yeah.
Stephen King as your teacher?
A teacher turned writer, just like Jack Torrance in The Shining.
Oh, yeah.
That's one of the main tropes as far as Stephen King novels is that he always adapts like there's always going to be there almost always has a character that's a writer.
Yeah, that's true.
Except for Rose
Yeah.
Mallow.
Yes.
The
Yeah.
character in that one was actually an audiobook reader.
Oh, yeah. It like evolved with the times. Yeah. Oh, that's cool. Yeah. So that was in 1970 that he graduated and got the certificate for high school, for teaching in high schools. I think you said this, Jeremy, but what was his first name that he used when he published his books?
He did have a synonym, Richard Bachman.
Yes.
But that came after Carrie.
Mm-hmm.
But-
Yeah. There's one before that, right? That they said was too old-fashioned.
There was it was a weird name too. The first name was named after his grandfather, I think.
Yeah, yeah. I've forgotten what that name is now. Was it Gil something?
It was really weird.
It was a weird name, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But there was a short story. Which one was that? There was a short story that I wrote under a different name.
Yeah.
It's in Nightmares and Dreamscapes.
Oh yeah.
I'm looking for it now.
Because I know he's adapted the idea of synonyms to, or like pseudonyms to his work as well, like The Dark Half, like where
Yeah.
his pseudonym, where a writer's pseudonym has taken a murderous life of its own.
Oh
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
That's terrifying.
Oh yeah. And the film adaptation was directed by George A. Romero.
Oh wow. Okay.
And it was a good movie.
Oh yeah. Let me
He,
see.
he did release a short story, The Fifth Quarter, under the name
Okay.
John Sweden.
Oh.
Yeah, that's the one I couldn't remember. I knew that he had a short story long before. Oh, and okay, Beryl Evans. That's a much more recent one where he released Charlie the Choo Choo, which is actually taken directly out of the Wastelands, Dark Tower 3.
Oh gosh, I totally forgot he wrote Dark Towers. Yeah.
Yeah, the
Okay,
Dark
yeah.
Tower series. I got to read those. I
Yeah.
hear those are great.
They are
Why do I
just,
have a
just be
vague
prepared for
memory?
different language, different way of speaking, like in Lord of the Rings.
Oh,
Right.
I see.
Was there a film at some point?
There was um,
What
a lot of
happened to
people.
that?
Well, it wasn't received well at all because it wasn't anything like the Dark Tower series. But
Right.
the problem is what most people didn't pay attention to is even before it was released, it was explained that the Dark Tower movie was actually a sequel to the Dark Tower books, so that it wouldn't be so what you read in the books was not going to be in the movie. And that's what a lot of people are
Um,
forgetting. They're saying it is nothing like the Dark Tower series. There's nothing from the books that's in there. And I'm going, that's because it's a sequel. What happens in the movie follows the events of Dark Tower 7.
oh, I see. So that was a confusion then.
It
Yeah.
was it was very poorly received.
Oh, that's a shame.
And yeah, that was that film adaptation. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
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 But hey, Jeremy, I hate to do this, but yeah, I got to go to that event. I just lost track of time.
You're not allowed.
Oh, no worries.
I'm so sorry. I wish I could
I
stay
hope
long.
you have a really cool time.
I wish I could stay longer because I'm having so much fun with this. But yeah, I got to get there.
And Nick still isn't here.
Yeah, come on, man.
It's all right, Jeremy. I'll just quiz you. It's fine. You might trip up.
Okay, I guess you're just you and me. We're stuck with each other now.
Yeah. Good luck on it, Jeremy. All right. Hey, thanks for having me on, Jeremy.
Yeah, thanks for being on.
Thanks, Don.
All right. See
See
you,
you
Kate.
soon.
Yep. See you soon, Kate. See you, Jeremy.